Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. Are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Hello, and welcome back to Big Mouth, and you can keep this or any other conversation I ignite going on over on my Twitter, at Movies TV Mad, my Vero, at Big Mouth 1. I really should do more with my Vero, actually. And the extension to this channel, my Instagram, Big Mouth 11289. Welcome to Wednesday's edition to the DCEU Daily. And wow, this is a special day. This is the day that Greg Berlanti and Walter Hamada changed the DC live action game, and we're going to discuss it. But first, we're going to see the very scene that's changed everything. So where's my controls? Here they are. Take a look at this.
Hello?
Myself the same question. Literally. No, this can't be happening. What are you doing here?
Well, I'll tell you that when you tell me where here is. Is this cosplay? Oh, what? Don't be I'm sorry.
We're not. No. I'm also the Flash.
Goes the what?
The Flash.
Flash? Flash?
It's complicated.
Like your outfit? It seems comfy.
This is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Seems safe.
Breathable. Barry Allen. No! What does that mean? How can
This should be impossible now.
this be impossible now?
You don't know about the.
Oh my god, don't do this to me. I don't know about the what. Okay.
Don't think this is possible.
Wow, 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 wow. You have seen there, hang on, I didn't pause my YouTube. Hang on, sorry about that. That's it. Wow, wow, wow. That stopped me in full throat, didn't it? Yes, you've just seen there the game being changed in DC live action. You know, Walter Hamada has literally taken Feig's game, the game that made superheroes so popular, that's made the MCU the biggest franchise, that's made Disney's dominance so uncomfortable for us DC fans. They have turned it on their head. Greg Berlanti and Walter Hamada working together for some time now in secret, developing this idea to expand DC live action. This is not just a cameo. I mean, I'm as shocked as you are. I never thought this could possibly happen. Never. But they did it. And to do something like this, because don't forget, Ezra Miller's a very, very busy young actor. You know, Fantastic Beasts filming later this year. Also, The Flash being shot later this year as well. He's got a lot of stuff to do, prepping, you know, rehearsing, learning his lines. It's a busy, hard-working life for an actor. Don't mock. They work really hard. So they didn't do this for no reason. So you've got to look beyond the covers for this situation. Why did they do this? This is an announcement. This is an announcement that the DCEU, Arrowverse, Lucifer, Constantine, all of it is in the same universe. And the potential is limitless, my friends. Limitless. You have to think outside of the box here, like Greg and Walter have done. This is amazing. Having Greg Berlanti developing the TV verse and Walter Hamada developing the films and actually working together. This means we could have a crisis on infinite multi-earths in the movies. It means we could see Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen, Barry Allen, all these people cross over to DC films, and the same with any of these characters. There was rumours of Henry Cavill, and we were mocking. We said, no way would that happen. Well, it didn't happen with Henry, but we've seen Ezra Miller do it. I was just watching Ezra Miller in an interview. from a few years back, talking about this very situation. I play Grant. I play the Flash. Grant plays the Flash. A meeting could happen because of the way the Flash, speeds force and everything, and the look on his face of passion. And I see very few people working in this industry with that passion. But this moment is a touchstone moment. It's amazing. There's a picture here. Have I shown it to you yet? I can't. I'm so excited and buzzing about this. This is a picture of Ezra Miller and Grant Gustin together. And this is an amazing moment. Credit to Mark Guggenheim and Berlanti and Walter Hamada and everyone making this happen. Don't forget they work within the same studio. In terms of what this would have cost, not very much. He works for Warner Brothers. He just did it. He did it because this is part of a plan. This is part of a plan. How do you top what Kevin Feige is doing with the MCU, with the crossovers, with the interconnected universe? You take Arrowverse, you take the DCEU, you take the DC Movieverse and make it a DC live-action verse. The worlds of DC. Remember when you lot were mocking that when they went to a comic convention and they did the whole worlds of DC? Oh, why are they changing it from the DCEU? We like the DCEU. You've got to start thinking outside the box. And for those of you who are upset about this, there is no reason to be upset. If you love DC, if you're a supporter of DC, you should be happy about this. Now, I'm not telling you how to feel. Well, I am. But I am buzzing as a DC fan and as a fan of what Snyder did and as a fan of the DCEU in general and DC films. This is massive because, as I said, this makes the potential limitless. This is amazing. This is an announcement that says that any DC character within the TV verse or the DCEU can be in a movie together, as I said, be on the TV shows. That's massive. Now we know that Kevin Feige is attempting to do a similar thing with the MCU TV shows on Disney+. But, at the end of the day, Arrowverse, mingling with the DCEU is a very different thing and a very ambitious thing. You have a potential of Black Lightning having his own movie within Walter Hamada's DCEU. You have the potential of the Legends of Tomorrow getting a movie or, cameoing in a DCEU movie, maybe Black Adam. Anything. The world of DC live action has changed now. Stargirl, everything that they're doing, it's amazing. It makes our DCEU, our DC Movieverse, even bigger now because it means that, Arrowverse and DCEU can cross together. This makes it a more lucrative production now, a bigger franchise. This is amazing. This makes me want to buy every season on Blu-ray of Arrowverse because I started watching Arrowverse and I loved it and I fell out of love with it after the first two amazing seasons of Arrow and The Flash. I thought the shows became too watered down, but now I'm interested again because this is very, very ambitious. Instead, I know a lot of DCEU Snyder fans don't like the CW verse and they mock it. But mock it or not, and I used to mock it after the first two seasons of Arrow and The Flash. But now I take a step back and I look at the potential because I genuinely mean this. When I look at the MCU, it looks like it's run out of steam. And all of a sudden, Walter Hamada and Greg Berlanti have injected some life into comic book movies again. This is amazing. This is awesome. I don't know how you feel about this, but I really need you to comment down below and tell me how you feel because this is amazing. So let's talk about some release the Snyder Cut finally. Zack Snyder's been talking and he said, Uxas clearing the defenders of Earth from the anti-life equation. He better look out for David Thewlis. So there's this whole thing because obviously different actors played different roles. Some actors didn't get the credits they deserved, and I think this is what Zach's cleverly alluding to. That's a great picture as well by Zach, so we knew Zach would post something. Also, he's been talking to people on Vero, and he said that the scene between Batman and Barry Allen, aka the Flash, when the Flash is saying, you know, I've never done this before, I just speed fast and stop robbers. I can't do this, I'm scared. And basically, Batman says, save one. Zack Snyder has confirmed that he didn't write or direct that scene. I'm going to be honest here. I quite like that scene. And I'll tell you why I like that scene. Because it's a young Barry Allen saying, I'm scared. I have no experience. It made him even more relatable. Now, I haven't seen what Snyder did with The Flash in the Snyder Cut, so I can't judge. And, of course, I am a supporter of the Snyder Cut. But when I like something from Justice League, I'm not going to pretend I don't. I'm not going to be a hater for haters' sake. Anyway, I hope you're as pumped as I am for this game being changed, because that Flash Ezra Miller cameo is going to change everything. And just before I go, you know what that scene reminds me of? If there's any Doctor Who fans out there, do you remember the Children in Need Christmas 5-minute special they did with David Tennant and Peter Davison? They called it Time Crash. It reminded me of that. That was actually written by Stephen Moffat. It's a great little scene by two of my favourite Doctors. Peter Davison was my first Doctor and still my favourite. And obviously, we all love David Tennant as the Doctor. So it really reminded me of Time Crash. It was great. And now the potential is limitless. Now Ezra Miller's The Flash knows that in other timelines he's called The Flash. Maybe he'll start calling himself The Flash. Who knows? So that's pretty exciting. And then just before he flashes away, he discovers that there's actually a multiverse in kind of no uncertain terms. So these are things now, that's a precursor for the film now. So I'm just very, very excited. And let's not forget before I go, and I would have, kicked myself if I forgot to speak about this on today's show. This kind of confirms what Andres Muschietti, the director of the Flash movie, was saying. A Flashpoint movie with a difference. This is it. This is it, my friends. What if we have a load of crossovers? What if Grant Gustin's The Flash is going to be in this movie and different people from Arrowverse? Lucifer, the new Superman TV show? Yes, and that is another discussion to be had as well. Does this mean potentially that Tyler Hoechlin's Superman will replace Henry Cavill? Possible, but I don't think it's probable. Henry Cavill is very confident that he'll be back. But one thing's for sure, they can use Tyler now. They can use Tyler in the DCEU. But as I say, this is what I'm talking about. This is something to be excited about, not angry about. We're all always so angry on the internet. But this is a moment for DC fans to celebrate, because Walter Hamada, and I'll reiterate what I've said, Walter Hamada and Greg Berlanti have taken Kevin Feige's formula, turned it on its head, taken what he had and made what they've got so much more powerful than he's got. See you tomorrow for more DCEU Daily.